Have you ever given someone work and that person does work so perfect that you look at it and you're like, that is a good work? Now, I have something to tell us about work. Well, I'm now staying in the countryside, but previously I used to work. And there is something that I learned about working for someone else. So this is what I'm going to be sharing today about presenting your work good and well.
In the stillness of the night, under the moonlight so bright, our hearts are joined in harmony. A love so
Hi everyone, I hope you're doing well wherever you are. My name is Lynette Lena, coming live from Uganda, East Africa. Welcome to my channel. If you're here for the very first time, you are most welcome. Please go ahead and subscribe to be a part of this growing family. And if you are a returning subscriber that always comes, watches the videos, likes, shares, comments, and does all these wonderful things, oh my God, I wish I knew how to reward you, but you know what I'm gonna do? I thank God for you every single day, and I pray that God blesses you abundantly with health and all the desires that you have, the things that you want God to fulfill in your life, that you will be able to experience such blessing. Anyways, let's enjoy today's video. Today's video is very special because the things that I'm sharing right now are things that I have learned now that I stay in the countryside of African region. So here, the life experiences, the life lessons, the things that I have learned now that I'm older and I am back in the countryside is some things that I wish to always share right here on this channel. So if you find this video meaningful, motivating, inspiring, why not give it a like? Why not put your thoughts in the comment section, down in the comment section? I will be appreciating you doing that amazing job of commenting and giving and telling me your thoughts about the video. That actually is a great thing because I love also personally to hear from you, learn from you, and see how you see all these things that I share in your own perspective. So let's chat in the comment section, of course, only about this subject matter. So let's enjoy the video. Ta-la-la-la-la. So where I'm seated right now, back a few days ago, was full of grown bush. So grown that you wouldn't come and sit here. So grown that you wouldn't find it comfortable even walking near it. And guess what? As you can see from my background, it's all cleared. And when I show you my view right now, you will see that it's cleared. So let me show you the view and then we dive into the video. So, are you seeing all this? That this land was just cleared the other day, if you see quite well. So stretching from the other side, that end, coming all the way like that, actually coming all the way up here and where I'm seated right now, and going up the extreme end, it was full of grass. If you see, there is still some pile of grass there that I haven't carried, but it's still there right here. And this is how everything looks like. It's so well done that I can come here and just chill and talk to you because this person that we gave this job did it so well. Now this young man does the work so well that when you look at the work he has done, you are so motivated because he does as you want. He does as if you are the one doing that job. When you look at it, you're like, well done. And that's why the reason he always has so much work to do, of course physical work to do here in the village, because he does the work so good. So one thing that I'm gonna be sharing today is a very special thing that I have taught myself from all the times that I have worked for someone, and every time I have something to attend to that is related to work. Number one, when you do any particular kind of work, whether it's your personal kind of work, whether it is a work from your employer, whatever kind of work that you are doing, always make sure that you do it so well, that you present it so well. Let you, even after doing that particular work, look at it and you're like, I've done a great job. Look at it and be like, that is good, that is good. Because I mean, when you read in Genesis chapter 1, in the creation, you realize that everything that God created, he would create something, then he would look and see what he has created, and he would see that it is good. He would actually say, that is good, feeling very, very motivated and inspired by what you do, what you work. There are some people that do any work they are given anyhow. No, my dear, that's not how you're supposed to present work. There are people that just, I will just finish that task they gave me. Brother, sister, no. If you are employed somewhere, if you are doing business somewhere, if you are doing your own personal goals, personal dreams, personal what else? Personal work, personal career, all those things, make sure that you always do your work so well. Present it, look at what you have done and say, that is good. That is good. And the reason why I'm sharing this is because we have this wonderful man that always does work here at home. And we have other people that can do the work. But at times when you give this person work and you don't even supervise them, they always do the work perfect. That you look at it and you're like, he did a great job. If I was the one doing that work, I would still do the same. Like, they do the work as if they are doing that work for themselves. So that's the motivation that I'm talking about. Every time you're doing any type of work, always do it as if it's your own, Don't just do to complete a task. Don't just do to get back home at 5 p.m. No. Do the work as if that work belongs to you. You see, every time I present a point here, I always love reading the Bible. Before I was so afraid to read the Bible. I'm a Christian. I accepted the Lord. And I fear to read a Bible, an instruction to a well life. No, sir. So that's why I read the Bible, to always show you my thoughts in a nutshell. I have decided to read this chapter, Genesis chapter 1 from verse 1, because it will bring out the context and the thing that I'm going to be sharing today. So let's read. So Genesis chapter 1 talks about creation, and I'm going to be reading from New Living Translation, and I'm going to be reading from verse 9. But however, when you start, actually I'm going to be reading from verse 8, but when you start from up, you can get the whole concept of how the story of creation is said and written in the Genesis. So Genesis chapter 1 verse 8, should I start from there? Okay, God was, creating and creating, but then on chapter 8 says, God, you know what? Let me start from up. Let me start from verse 1. Genesis chapter 1 from verse 1, New Living Translation begins like, in the beginning, God created the heavens and the earth. The earth was formless and empty, and darkness covered the deep waters. And the Spirit of God was hovering over the surface of the waters. Then God said, let there be light, and there was light. And God saw that the light was good. Then he separated the light from the darkness. God called the light day, and the darkness night, and the evening passed, and the morning came, marking the first day. Then God said, let there be a space between the waters to separate the waters of the heaven from the waters of the earth. And that is what happened. God made the space separate the water of the earth from the waters of the heaven. God called the space sky, and the evening passed, and the morning came, marking the second day. And then God said, then God said, that is verse 9, then God said, let the waters between the sky flow together into one place, so dry ground may appear, and that is what happened. Then verse 10 said, God called the dry ground land, and the waters seas, and God saw that it was good. So from verse 1, God is creating. He's putting everything into place. And then here in verse 10, after he had separated, we have gotten the earth, and the water has gotten into the sea. He says, verse 10 says, God called the dry ground land, and the water seas, and God saw that it was good. God the Father created something, and he saw that it was good. And then you lean. You do something, and you look at it, and you are even ashamed that you are the one that actually is presenting that work, and you expect to be promoted at your work, and you expect to be praised by your boss. When you are doing a work when you are underestimating the potential in you and doing a work that is not good. And let's say, we are continuing with the reading, Genesis chapter 1, now we are reaching verse 11. Then God said, let the land sprout with vegetation. As you can see behind me, all that is vegetation. Every sort of seed-bearing plant and trees that grow seed-bearing fruit. These seeds will then produce the kinds of plants and trees from which they came, and that is what happened. The land produced vegetation, all sorts of seed-bearing bearing plants and trees with seed-bearing fruit. Their seeds produce plants and the trees of the same kind, and God saw that it was good. Hey, you guys, God the Father, the one that created this earth, for once he created something and he saw that it was good. He created something and saw that it was good. How do you see yourself at that workplace? How do you see yourself in that family? Which kind of a mother are you? What kind of a father are you? What kind of a sister are you? What kind of a brother are you? What kind of employer or employee are you? What are you presenting? What are you presenting? Do you ever do something and you look at it and you're like, oh my God, that is so good. That is me. It's me who did it. Look at that excellent job that I've done. Do you ever look at it? Or you want to be praised for working, for doing a great job, yet you are not giving it your all? Now, let me tell you a story. Before we continue, let me tell you a story. So personally, I have worked longer than I have rested. I have barely rested because it is only this year that I haven't been working. And let me tell you something. Most of the jobs that I was doing or that I've been doing are jobs that were not paying me much. That's a fact. That's a fact. When you are studied, when you have your papers, when you graduated, you expect something much. But let me tell you, something that I learned is that in every job that I did, even when it was not paying me much, I did it with my whole heart in it. I gave it my all. I did it as my own. And all my employers always, wherever I worked, appreciated how I did my job. They appreciated how I did it. You don't know how much my recent former employer, my boss, begged me to stay working for her. The moment I said I'm resigning, the moment I said next year I'm not gonna be here working for you, how much she begged me. Even this year when I left working, she begged me because I power so much into what I'm working. Whatever it is, I give it my all. I give it my all because there is a perfect example, and God is a perfect example. He's God that created something, and he would create a kind of tree, and he looks at it and is like, oh, look at her. It's so good. He would create the earth, just the earth, the dry ground, the waters. He would create animals. He would create all these things, and he would look back and like, look at that. I'm the one that created that. Do you see that? I imagine him speaking maybe to Jesus or to the angels, and it's like, look at that. Do you see that? I'm the one that created that. Isn't it beautiful? Because it is good. Because everything he did, he put his heart, his mind, his everything into creating that. And it was good. He looked at it and it was good. For example, when you are enjoying that apple fruit, how do you feel enjoying the apple fruit? Of course, you enjoy it because it is good. And God saw that it is good. You see, even the animals, the wild animals, when we enjoy them, when they are just in their zone, and they haven't attacked anything, we are like, oh my God, look at that lioness, look at that lion, look at that tiger, oh my God, it's so good. When you see the bears, you're like, oh my God, look at that huge thing. Isn't that good? Everything he created, wild, domestic, everything, the herbs, the fruits, the vegetables, everything that the Lord created, the waters, the dry ground, everything. It was good in his sight. And this teaches us that every time we have any kind of job to do, we should present it good. We should do a job and look at it and we are like, look at that. Isn't that good? That's how we should do our own jobs. That's how we should be as employers, as employees, as wives, as mothers, as husbands, as sisters, as brothers, as neighbors. We should do something and look at it and we will be pleased with what we have done. We look at it and be like, that is good, and that is my work, and that has always been my motivation. I always want to do, even if I am not appreciated. I told you guys, everywhere I've worked, I've been earning less than my qualification, maybe even less than the time I put in and the heart that I put in. But I do it because it is all I have to do in that particular moment. There is a reason why God chose me to be in that particular place. So I have to do it and look at it and be like, that is good. So how did I arrive at this? As I told you, this man, he's not a young man. He's an aging man with a family, with children, the wife. But he does like this odd physical job that needs energy. He's the same guy. If you watched my previous video, maybe like the third video before this, he's the guy that split the firewood for us. He always does the work so good, so good, so good, so good. But getting him, because he's always having a lot of work, because people trust him, because people know that he's going to do a great job for them, he always has a lot of work. So getting him is hard. But when you get him, he does for you a kind of job that you look at it and it is good. And I thank him because he also know that is good, and that is how he's supposed to do his thing. Anyways, we are continuing to read Genesis chapter 1, now verse 13 says, and evening passed, and morning came, marking the third day. Then God said, let the lights appear into the sky to separate the day from the night. Let them mark off the seasons, days, and years. Let these lights in the sky shine down on the earth. And that is what happened. God made two great lights, the larger one to govern the day, which is the sun, and the smaller one to govern the night. He also made the stars. So the larger one is the sun, the smaller one is the moon, and then the stars. Those are the ones that, govern the night. God set these lights in the sky to light the earth. Just as you can see, the sun, the larger one is just basking on me. I'm making a very perfect shot of the video. You can see the green skies, you can see the sky, you can see me. Yo, you can see me also. So verse 18 says, verse 17 says, God set these lights in the sky to light the earth, to govern the day and night, and separate the light from the darkness. And God saw that it was good. Everything that God created, he saw that it was good. When he created the sun, he saw that it was good. When he created the moon, he saw that it was good. When he created the stars, he saw that it was good. Everything that he created, he saw that it was good. And then the Bible continues to say that this is verse 19 says, and evening passed and morning came, marking the fourth day. Then God said, let the waters swim with fish and other life. And I know most of us enjoy seafood or water body stuff, you know, the fish, okay, me, I enjoy fish. I don't know about seafood because I've not been exposed to that, but I enjoy fish. So fish and other life, you know, all those water animals. Let the skies be filled with the birds of every kind. Now I stay in the countryside. We have different manner of birds, but I know even you where you stay, we see all manners of birds in the sky. And then he says, so God created great sea creatures and every living thing that scurries and swims in the water, and every sort of bird, each producing offspring of the same kind. And God saw that it was good. Then God blessed them, saying, be fruitful and multiply. Let the fish fill the seas, and let the birds multiply on the earth. And evening passed, and morning came, marking the fifth day. Then God said, let the earth produce every sort of animal, each producing offspring of the same kind, livestock, small animals that scurry along the ground, and wild animals, you know, you guys. And that is what happened. God made all sorts of wild animals, livestock, and small animals, each able to produce offspring of the same kind. And God saw that it was good. You know, God created a lion and a lioness, and he saw that it was good. God created a hyena and saw that it was good. God created a fox and saw that it was good. He created a wolf and saw that it was good. He created a cat and saw that it was good. He created a snake. I hate snakes. He created snakes and saw that it was good. Everything that can bite you, everything that can swallow you alive, he created it because those are wild animals. And he saw that it was good. He saw that it was good. And I believe that it is good. When you watch all these things that he created, indeed it is good. So this teaches us that as the Lord God, our Father did, this is how we should be able to do our things. This is how we should be able to work. This is how we should be able to present our results from whatever we work on. You know? Yeah, that's it. So when I stand right here and I see down here, I see all this wonderful vegetation, and I see how here is all cleared. You guys, it had like lots of weed. I don't know how I can show you how much grown these bushes were. It was literally so grown that I would never pass here. Never. But look at what the man did. All the way stretching the other side. Do you see that? He did a great job. Do you look behind me? I was seated right on that tree. You can see things right there. That's where I was seated. And he did a great job. God bless his soul. God bless his works of his hands, because he did a great job. Now I'm enjoying here, and we appreciate him. I'm not even kidding. Along the village, he does good work. Good work. La, la, la. There is a plane passing by. Can you hear that sound? There is a plane passing by. Just up in the sky, but I want to be showing you that plane. Ta la 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 la. So in case you think I'm kidding, this is how this place looks like, you know. This is how this place looks like. And when you look, he actually started from, but because he didn't do that work, because the payment was only paying for this, all here that you see cleared, all here that you see cleared, all here that you see cleared, and all here that you see cleared. But even here had like very much grown, here had very much grown bushes. He's the one that cleared it early this year, but now of course it has grown. Now this one is not so much grown, but he did this work so well that one man came, he wanted to buy avocados at home, that man came and looked at what this man has, the work he was doing, and he was so surprised. He came told my mom that that man is doing a great job. I'm not even kidding you guys. I was so blessed, and we looked at it and we said, that is a good work. And the Lord creates something and says, that's a good work. That's why I always want to do my work so good, such that I don't have any regrets. So anyways, I'm the one that has been carrying everything that has been here. Of course, you see that now it's cleared, but now we have like leftovers. So when you look at this, you see that all this has been grass with like sticks, kind of, as you can see. This is something that I haven't worked on because I just got caught up doing other things, but it's just a small percentage, you see. This is just so small. But anyways, didn't I do a good work? I did a good work. Remember, he slashed all this place, and I carried every grass like this, every grass like this. You guys, this is not femininely acceptable, I would tell you. But now when you see it all clear, you know that everything that was cleared here, I carried it and took it up there and up there, and it carried lots of sweat and me being tired. So all in all, every work that I do in the countryside, I do it deliberate. You know, I can choose to do it, I can choose not to do it. But again, I always tell myself, if I don't do it, then who will do it, you know? That's the question I always ask myself. If I don't do it, then who will do it? Because I'm here, you know? If I'm not here, fine, but I'm here. So I have to do these things. So I can not say that while I was carrying this, that it was so enjoyable, that I was all enjoying, that I was all being like, I was sweating. You guys, I was sweating. These things were heavy, and carrying them, you know, of course I would, you know, tie a little bit, but yeah, both of us did a good work. When I was working, being employed, I did a good work. And I'm telling you that if God could create something, that was his work. Because when you continue, it says on the seventh day, he rested from his work, from all his work. So it means all the past 6 days, I don't know how long the duration was, but he was working. He was working. And whatever he worked, he saw that it was good. So even you, at that workplace you are, in that career that you're doing, in that school that you are studying, at that home that you are, be the father that children will look at and be like, oh, he's good. Be a husband that your wife will look at you and be like, oh, he's good. Be a wonderful mother that your children will look at you and be like, oh, mama is good. Be a wonderful wife that your husband will look at you and it's like, she's good. Be a good employer. Be a good employee. Do something, look at it and be like, that is a good work. Anyways, this is it for today. I hope you have enjoyed today's video. I hope it motivates, inspires someone to do a great job that you will look at and be like, that is my job and I'm proud of what I did, and be inspired, be motivated, do some good job, look at it, be happy, and I will see you in the next one video.